Now from the CFTK TV studios, this is Open Connection, brought to you by Rio Tinto Elcan and the Prince Rupert Port Authority.
Welcome back to Open Connection. Today we are in Burns Lake, and joining me right now is Laura Sutton with the Canadian Animal Assistance Team. And you came all the way from Ontario. So tell me why it's so important for you to, be the team leader of this team and come out here and get the job done.
I've been volunteering with the Canadian Animal Assistance Team for 4 years now, and I've gone some places that I'd never heard of before and never thought about before. It's just when the opportunity comes up, it's exciting. Why wouldn't I want to go to Burns Lake? I'm not going to come up here otherwise.
And once you're here, what are some of the things that you do with the Canadian Animal Assisted Team?
Well, we come up here to do the community project to work and spay and neuter the dogs and cats of the different communities that we're working in. We also do vaccines for dogs and cats, and we do a lot of deworming.
And as team leader, what exactly does that mean?
That means I get stuck doing all the paperwork. I have to make sure that the team's working together properly. I'm the one who has to figure out how many animals we can fit in a day and when we have to start saying no to people and asking them to come back the next day. But really, it's filling out all the forms.
And why is it so important for people with pets who haven't gotten them spayed or neutered to come and participate in this event and take advantage of these opportunities?
Well, there's a lot of animal overpopulation. I think that's true all over the world, but in communities like Burns Lake for sure too. We have a lot of dogs running around, a lot of cats that there's so many of them they can't be properly cared for. They have giant litters that the mothers are just so skinny trying to feed, and then as soon as those puppies are weaned they get pregnant again. So you have dogs that are not as healthy as they could be, producing all these puppies that there's not enough homes for, and it's just a breeding ground for disease, as well as when we have feral dogs or feral cats that are out, they're a danger to other people, they're a danger to the animals that are around as well. So we have to get the populations under control and have a healthier population in each area.
What kind of difference does coming into a community like Burns Lake actually make?
It makes a big difference. I mean, we see people are asking a lot of questions. Like, this is our 3rd year in Burns Lake, so we're getting a lot of people that are coming back with their pets that have already been spayed or neutered, and they're coming in for booster vaccines and asking about deworming again. We have kids that are coming in and telling us about their dogs and how they haven't had more puppies or things like that as well. So there's a lot of learning that goes on. But we have less puppies and kittens being born, and the animals that are around are healthier, and the people are therefore better able to take care of the pets that they do have.
How do you find out about these areas that do have an animal overpopulation problem?
Well, for the Canadian Animal Assistance Team, there's an application process. Communities that have a problem, that hear about us, have to contact the organization and apply. There's a whole process they have to go to. They have to survey the animals that are in the community so that there's an idea of how many there are. We have to be welcomed by the community as a whole. It can't just be one person who calls and says there's a problem in my community, come in and fix it. It's the community as a whole has to be supportive of that, be willing to take part in the project, or it's not going to work if nobody shows up. It doesn't matter if we're there to spay and neuter and vaccinate. So there has to be community support. And so the whole process of the first contact saying, can you come and help us, and us actually getting out here can be over a year.
With that too, how have you found, different communities that you've been in? What's the most animals that you've ever witnessed get spayed and neutered in a day?
Oh, that's a tough question. I've been on a bunch of projects, but I haven't been on some of the really intense projects. They've done some, I know, in Vancouver Island, where we've had a number of veterinarians and a number of technicians and assistants that go in, and they just go through a couple hundred dogs in a weekend. So it's pretty impressive, actually, the numbers that they can pull off. We've done, so far this trip, between 30 and 50 spays or neuters a day, with another 30 animals being vaccinated on top of that each day too. So we work pretty hard.
Is that pretty regular, getting between 30 and 50 animals a day coming to a community?
I've been to communities where we haven't gotten that many animals before, so it's great to see that many come in.
Are they usually household animals, or are they animals that people have taken upon themselves to capture and get neutered to then again put back out?
The animals that we do, I know there's different programs for different types of animals. The Canadian Animal Assistance Team spays and neuters and vaccinates people's pets. It has to be brought in by the owner of that pet, the family of that pet. They have to come in and say, this is my pet and this is what I want, and that's what we'll do. There are different organizations that go out and do feral animals, or will trap and release. That's not what we do. We're going in and doing family pets.
And this is free of cost too?
Yeah, we are, all of the team, we're volunteering our time. The community does all sorts of fundraising and planning ahead of time too, to help us with our accommodations and food. They take excellent care of us while we're here, but the cost to the pet owner is nothing.
And you do encourage donations as well, though?
Yeah, we definitely accept donations.
Where can people donate?
Well, they can donate in person in the clinic, or they can donate online as well. We're set up for that.
Open Connection will be right back after these messages.